Okay, hello. We're doing this a little bit differently. So, hello, everybody, all of my wonderful friends that I have missed for I don't know how long. I haven't posted a video for. I haven't posted a video for a little bit. I have been SHADOWEDBANNED on INSTAGRAM. Brain twitch right there. You know what I mean. So I haven't been able to go live. I haven't been able to go live, so I'm recording a video because I still can't go live. And I'll just post this, and maybe I can post it. Maybe I can't post it. Maybe you'll see it. Maybe you won't see it. We don't know. We're gonna find out. But this is about being present. So the thing that came to me this morning, right now, what happens in the future, it doesn't matter. Right now, what happens in the future, it doesn't matter. Right now, the only thing that matters is what happens right now. Right? And here's a perfect example. And you might think like, well, what about all the stuff that might happen in the future that's looming? Because there's so much looming, so much uncertainty in a lot of people's lives. Yes, you can do stuff to prepare for it, absolutely, but in terms of being present in your life, in terms of being present and finding peace, the best way to do that is to not worry about the things that may or may not happen or the things that are looming, right? And that's where presence comes from. Really just focusing on being present, because when you're focusing on being present in that present moment, you're not worrying about all that stuff, or at least you shouldn't be worrying about all that stuff. Like there might be things rolling around in the back of your head, but it won't be at the forefront, right? And it's so easy to get stuck into the forefront of, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do at work? What am I gonna do about childcare? What am I gonna do with my schools might be closing? It's so easy to get caught up into these cycles. But really, all that you have to do is be fully engaged in the present moment and whatever that is. So if you are like, let's say you're somewhere and you're having a conversation with somebody. Let's say you're at home, you're having a conversation with somebody, a face-to-face conversation. That conversation is your present moment, and being fully engaged in that conversation is where you should be, mentally, instead of mentally kind of like thinking about all this stuff while you're sort of having this conversation with someone and you're not fully engaged, you're not fully paying attention, but you are, you kind of have those conversations, but you're still worrying about stuff and you're still kind of anxious. But really focusing on being in that conversation, really taking everything and just being in that conversation, and then that's just exactly the moment that you're existing in. It's exactly the moment that you're existing in, and that's all that's going to matter in that moment, because none of that stuff really does matter. All you're doing is wasting your energy worrying about things that aren't in that moment that you're in. And let's say you have a kid, and that your kid comes up to you and says, okay, hey mommy, or hey daddy, I'm hungry. Then now that's your new present moment to respond to that, instead of worrying and thinking about all this other stuff. That's your new present moment. So now you're in this conversation and you have a choice. Do you say, okay, just give me a few minutes to finish this conversation that I'm engaged in, or now I'm going to shift my focus onto you and that's my new present moment and let's go get you some food and deal with it? Then that's the decision that you make, right? Something happens and then you make a decision and you say, okay, we're going to do this, so we're going to do this. Sometimes the decision's not that clear. But the decision's always going to be easy if you are aligned and you know what you want, right? But most people don't know what they want because they're not clear. And how are you going to get clarity? You're going to go meditate. You're going to contemplate, you're going to let the thoughts come up, you're going to chew on them, you're going to say, wow, this thought makes me feel like shit and I don't like this, so I'm going to avoid that stuff, and I really like these ideas and these other things that are coming up. I want to explore more of that, because even through meditation, yes, you do want to focus on silencing your mind so you can have that clarity, but also see how you respond when the thoughts do come up, because meditation is the practice of not thinking, but coming back from thinking as often as possible and refocusing and recentering and resilencing, right? Focusing back on your breath. So when the thoughts do come up and then you do come back to your stillness, when the thoughts do come up, focus, remember, like, what was my reaction to that thought? Did I like that thought? Did I not like that thought? And then just tuck it away, because that's a little guidance system too. Even in the practice of meditation, you're not thinking necessarily when the thoughts do come up. Just pay attention, because that's how you're going to figure out what responds well with you and what doesn't, what resonates and what doesn't. Vibrationally, you're going to feel it. I don't like that. Let's not do that. Like that concept of like, like, let's say the concept of being like a one-on-one homeschooler with your kid is not for you, right? But then maybe another concept comes up of like group schooling with other parents, or like wild schooling, or like tutors, getting a whole bunch of different tutors and like doing more active play dates, whatever. There's so many different options. There's so many different things that you can do, but maybe that's something that does resonate with you. That those thoughts might come up, and this is just an example, those thoughts might come up during your meditation, and depending on your reaction to all these different thoughts, you can do little checks like, oh, I like that, oh, I don't like that, oh, I like that, oh, I don't like that. And that's how you get clarity on what you actually want. But first you have to be still, and you have to just figure it out. You have to figure it out, and you have to stop stressing. So be present, be present. Focus on being present. The only thing that will ever matter is what you are currently doing. You can make plans, you can do all of these things, but every single moment is a decision, and that moment and those decisions are the only ones that matter in that moment, right? Because you can contemplate, well, you know, if this happens, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and if this happens, I don't think I'm going to do that, and you can plan it all out. But then, like, what if that thing never happens, right? Like, I could be here saying, oh, you know, in Quebec, they've locked down, they've shut down schools now, and they might be doing it in Ontario, and freaking everybody out, and everybody starts saying, oh, okay, we need to start planning because they're going to lock down school, they're going to shut down schools in Ontario, and then they never do. Right? So there's also that. Sometimes we can gauge what's going to happen. We can make, you know, an educated guess or a prediction based off of what we've seen, patterns that we've seen, or anything like that. You can make of what may or may not happen. However, nothing has happened until it actually happens. And sometimes you can go a little overboard, and you can prepare for things that you don't need to prepare for because you don't have enough information to say that that's what's actually going to happen, right? Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't, right? Did I give you any clarity, or did I just confuse you? I don't know. I'm back to letting you figure it out. See, that's the one thing you probably missed about my videos. It's like, oh, damn it, why can't you just give me a straight answer? Because there is no straight answer. Everybody's journey is totally different. Everybody's in a different path, and it's, for my journey, definitely not a straight line. Definitely not a straight line. So I can almost guarantee that yours isn't either. It's self-exploration. It's self-exploration. And as you grow and develop, your views are going to change too. So even something that you may firmly believe now, as you go through life and you go through day-to-day existence, something might happen that changes that. And you have to be open to that too, right? And so if something changes, and if you're sitting here planning for this thing that might happen, and then all of a sudden on that journey to maybe that thing may be happening or maybe not happening, something else happens that says, oh wait, I don't care about that anymore, we're on this path now. You like spent all this time worrying and stressing and like preparing for this thing that you don't even give a shit about anymore too. Like, that's the thing. Tangents, like anything can happen at any moment that can put you on a completely different path, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, anything. You never know. You never know. Let's just be present. Focus on whatever it is right now in front of you. That's all that will ever matter, and that's where the peace and the bliss comes from, because you're not worrying and stressing about what ifs and what happens. You know? Just take a chill pill. That's what I'm trying to say. Have an amazing day, everybody. I'm going to try to post this. We'll see if you see it. If you don't, I'm sorry. One day I will be back. I promise. We'll figure it out. Maybe YouTube likes me more. I don't know. Maybe I'll post this on YouTube too. Well, have a great day. It's 6:18. It's 6:18 in the morning. Oh, that's what I miss doing, telling you the time. I used to do that when I was going live. I would tell you the time. Hey, it's 6:18 in the morning, but it's 6:18 in the morning, just so you know. I miss that. I miss that. My heart. See you guys later. Guaranteed awkward sign off though, even though it's not live. Okay. Okay. Bye. Have a great day.